Hey everybody, it's Saturday, May 21st. I could tell you why I didn't post my video on Wednesday, but I won't. If any of the other ashtikam members or any of the viewers want to think of some creative punishment for me, I would happily take on whatever you come up with, as I take full responsibility for not keeping our schedule. To business then. First of all, I'd like to say something about Diana's malaria video. Of course, almost everything you said was true about it being a terrible sickness and how the United States can make things better and how that government is spending money where it shouldn't be spending money. All of that is true. But you did oversimplify the situation just a bit. Where I live, Israel, actually was a malaria-infested region in the past. And malaria was abolished by drying out swamps and mosquito nets and all kinds of chemical and, I don't know, science stuff. When you say malaria is 100% preventable, that's only partly true. Malaria is 100% preventable in advanced civilized regions of the world, while the majority of places that are infested with malaria are in Africa, and that is due to the climate, the weather, and of course the resources. Mosquito nets are great and they would diminish the numbers of people that have malaria, but they will not by any means prevent it. If you put mosquito nets on a concrete house, it could insect-proof that house. Most people in those areas in Africa don't live in concrete houses, they live in wooden, straw or clay shacks. Those structures are not exactly airtight. Watching all of your videos this week made me think about human rights and jobs and fair trade, all of those things. And one of the things that came up while talking about these subjects with other people is private prisons and the three strikes law. Now, the three strikes law is a law that states that any person will be sentenced life in prison for 3 felonies without any consideration as to what 3 felonies those are. This results in things like a person that has stolen a car and 2 bicycles, this is actually a true story, and ended up spending 75 years in prison, actually spending his entire life in prison. So I began to wonder what logical explanation can people have for passing such a law that has actually passed 13 states in the US, because actually what it does is putting people that haven't committed such horrible crimes in prison for life. The motive behind this is of course money, as it is the driving force behind almost everything evil in this world. A private prison is nothing but a business, and the people who invest in private prisons have interests in people being kept in prison. So private prisons don't really have any rehabilitative programs. They just put the prisoners to work. Now, an argument could be made that this is actually okay because those people have committed crimes against society and now they have to pay society back. And that is partially true. These inmates, of course, make a very cheap and very effective workforce for manufacturing just about anything. 100% of the military's clothing gear, pants, shirts, helmets, whatnot, is actually manufactured by prisoners. It has come to a point that if you try to define prison labor, you end up with just about the same definition as slavery. The private prison complex is corporations and tycoons manipulating the system to imprison people that don't deserve to spend their life behind bars just so they could make more money easily. The reason I actually think something can be done about this is because in Israel actually a law supporting private prison passed, and the prison itself was built, but then public outcry and people taking it to the streets got that law cancelled. It was a precedent. It was the first time ever that the government took back their decision. When you have enough people joining for one cause, they have sometimes a little chance of defeating mankind's natural craving for money.